to the next episode of question answer series. We have been doing this in alternate weeks just to bring some kind of awareness in our minds. Most of the problems or most of the issues are something like that. Once we gain knowledge about it, they are no more. So gaining knowledge, bringing awareness about various things becomes the key factor in life. So I just took the initiative of going with this question answer sessions. Most of the solutions what I've created in my life, I've created just because of putting strong questions. People who have right questions can definitely get wonderful awareness about various things in life. So I should thank everyone who is supporting me in this question answer series. Truly saying, the questions you ask make me think, and even some of the questions make me know some knowledge what even I don't know. Probably I may not be aware of it, okay? My mind thinks about it in that particular situation and guides me so that I too gain some awareness on it. It builds some courage and confidence in me, which makes me feel that, or this question answer session, which I've started a pretty long time back, and I've been doing it for almost 7 to 10 years. It has really given me a lot of clarity about various things. So initially when I had a question, I didn't know where to hang on. I didn't know how to get that. I didn't know, I didn't get connected with the right source to get the information. See, most of the questions can be answered if you have a right source to get connected with. And that's what I could create. And now I have some hope, I have some clarity, I have some belief within myself that whatever question that strikes my mind, I can get answer for it. So all I do is put a lot of focus on developing my questions. So let's hope this question answer session is going to teach me and you certain contents which will make our living better. What's a greater job on this earth than making this world a beautiful place to live in? And all we need to do in order to make this world a beautiful place to live in is we need to understand how our mind is producing happiness and worry in life. So when you understand how and why our mind is producing happiness and how and why our mind is producing sorrow within us, then I think the life gets into your control. So initially, when I did not know that I was the reason for my suffering and I was the reason for my happiness, and it was all happening because of my thinking. So I used to worry, I used to blame everyone, I used to point out different circumstances. I used to feel bad for the lifestyle what I was having. But once I realized this, then absolutely I did not have anything to worry about. Life got into my control and gave some clarity wherein I can really handle my life in a comfortable manner. So that's great. That experience was great. So awareness really changes life. Most of the people look forward for bringing some change in their life, but that change can be initiated through reading a lot of content, gaining a lot of ideas, questioning, thinking, knowing the reality. I hope this question answer session helps you to develop all that. Let's keep going, let's keep learning. So to get started with, I have a question from Raidu, not one, two actually. Good evening Raidu, thanks a lot for your question. When a student gets committed to learning, he celebrates the joy of learning. Once he celebrates the joy of learning, he never looks back in life. So all a student has to do in the initial stage is that He has to commit for learning. And that's the key. And that's what I have seen in you, Raidu, okay? You keep learning every day. You keep growing. So automatically you are going to be an asset for this world, wherein you are going to guide thousands of people in future. So are there any things we should learn from the peacock? Of course, any animal has its uniqueness. Every animal teaches us some quality or the other. So God has created nature, and nature teaches us everything. Only thing is, we should develop an ability, or we should develop the observation ability, wherein we will come to realize the truth from everything. So probably your mind exactly works in a manner the soil works. So most of the times you can compare your mind with your soil. So as plants grow there, thoughts grow here. The seed in the soil is nothing but a thought in our mind. So whatever the seed that is sown in the soil, that grows. In a similar manner, whatever the thought that is put in our mind, okay, that emotes or that expresses its feelings, happy or sorrowful feelings. I hope you understand this. In a similar manner, every organism or every animal has its uniqueness. So probably when we look at a duck, so it will live in muddy waters, mostly slushy waters, but still okay, it does not allow any dirt to stick to it. Whatever the dirt that sticks to it, okay, it immediately wipes it off and moves. A swan can separate milk from water. So if you can just observe an ant, its special quality is that you mix sand and sugar, and ants can identify sugar crystals very easily and separate all the sugar crystals and leave the sand particles behind. And they can identify the foodstuff almost from 500 meters distance. So they maintain discipline. Like this, every organism teaches us something or the other. Probably, peacock is a very special animal. It's a bird actually, which is specifically found in India. And the male peacock has beautiful feathers. It dances wonderfully, not the female. And the greatest quality of peacock is that it does not relate with a female in order to give birth to young ones. Probably it lays eggs. And eggs are not laid by relation with male and female as it happens in every other organism. So it's said that the tears that flow from the eyes of the male bird is caught by the female bird, and through that, okay, it lays eggs and continues its progeny. And there are a lot of other things, mythological things about it, but I specifically don't know about all that. But that is one reason why, as peacock does not relate with a female animal, peacock feather will be there on Lord Krishna always. Lord Krishna's cap or whatever it is, okay, it is just to indicate that he is a brahmachari. So just like a peacock, okay, it is not going to have a relation, he is not going to have a relation with another woman. So probably there is a lot what we can know from it, but I always look at everything from the perspective of how it will be helpful for us for our life. And I'll pick up certain points, okay, which can correlate with our life and go forward. So I don't have any specific information about peacock, frankly saying. So I think in due course, you can search for it, I can search for it, we can explore it, and we can learn a lot of things, okay. So as you have put a question in my mind, okay, let me also think about it and develop it, okay. Thank you, Raidu, for your first question. How to overcome feeling lonely with everyone around? So this is one problem which most of the people are facing today. They feel lonely, even though there are everyone around them, they feel very lonely. But what makes a person feel lonely? Just think about it. A person feels lonely even being in a crowd because his thinking is making him feel lonely. So his thinking is making him feel lonely just because it is not superior. His thinking is not superior, but his thinking has gone inferior. So once your mind is thinking in an inferior manner, wherein it is dropping our self-respect, so it's dropping our self-belief and it's dropping our self-love, wherein we are not able to respect ourselves, wherein we are not able to love ourselves, wherein we are not able to believe ourselves, as we might not have achieved some wonderful things in our past, we might not have created something beautiful in our past, whatever we must have picked up might not have come true in our life. Because of all these, we must have dropped our self-respect, or because of certain incidents that happen in our life, the mistakes what we make and all, we must have dropped it. So when we reduce the value what we carry towards ourselves, the value what we have towards ourselves will be reduced with the reduction of self-belief, self-respect or self-image. But this all happens when you start comparing with others, when you start competing with others, when you look at the pride or glory of others and think that, okay, that's not there within me. When you look at someone who is succeeding in life and you are not able to succeed like that, automatically you start thinking negative in that particular situations. See, one thing we need to understand this is life is never to be compared. Life is never to be contrasted with other person and felt that, okay, he is good, I am not good, he is great, I am not great, something like this. Life is given to us not to prove our success, not to achieve something great in life. Life is given to us to understand what life is, to understand what is the purpose of this life and how if it is led, okay, it is going to be interesting. See, we take some false beliefs from the society, like if we have money, we are going to be respected in the society. Money creates everything, position, status, value, image, respect, everything is going to come with money. And all the people chase money. And the people who have money, probably they'll be thinking that, okay, I'll be getting that respect, I'll be getting that image, I'll be getting that position, I'll be getting that greatness in my life very soon. But the people who do not have money are thinking that if I get money, probably I'll have all that. All the people who are having money are getting it. Just because I don't have money, I'm not getting it. So let me make money. But the people who already made money will not be experiencing greatness in life, will not be experiencing celebration in life. They'll not be happy, they'll not be peaceful. And probably they think that the money what they have earned is not enough and they have to earn something more. They have to earn more and more in order to get that happiness or peace in life. And I keep on telling you the concept of Alexander, who after conquering half of the world, he declared to the world that I'm the biggest failure on this earth. Because after conquering half of the world also, his mind did not give him happiness. His mind was still seeking for more. Then he understood that, okay, his mind desires for more always. Whatever a man achieves, his mind goes for thinking something bigger than that. As this desire continues, we keep on fighting in life to get more and more, but there will never be a point in life wherein we'll come to a halt and say that, this is it, I've done. So your mind will never say that, and As you are done, okay, you can be happy. Your mind never gives this. This you need to understand. In any situation, in any circumstance, your mind will be seeking more. So, that is the reason why Alexander said that I'm the biggest failure in life. Because he conquered half of the world. He has everything. But still, he was not happy. Because richness is not going to bring happiness in life. So, most of the false belief we have, and by the time we reach 60 or 70 years, okay, probably we may come to discover that what all I have done in my life is the wrong thing. And I did not take the right step, or I did not do the right thing in life. Then you have wasted all your years, right? The earlier you come to know about life, the earlier you come to discover, okay, how this mind works, how this heart works, and how you can be happy, how you can be peaceful. See, every person's fight from morning to night is all about one particular thing. He wants to be happy. So in order to be happy, he has to understand the core concepts of life, what really makes him happy. So if he's not able to understand that and goes by the vague ideas, okay, what the society gives, runs after it, and ultimately when you reach somewhere, you discover that you're on a wrong track. It's like traveling all the way from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, reaching Kanyakumari thinking that, okay, my destination was Kashmir. So you were in Kashmir, but you travel to Kanyakumari thinking that is Kashmir. It is just like this. So people go around doing a lot of things, thinking that that is going to make them happy, that is going to make them peaceful, that is going to bring prosperity into their life. Not understanding what happiness is, how it is going to happen in our life. So life is given to us to understand what life is, how this body functions, how your mind functions, how your heart functions, how you are going to blend all these things in order to make your living happy. See, Alexander, after conquering half of the world, he discovered that he must have conquered the desire that arose within him. It's not the external world that he has to conquer, but the desire that arose within him. If he had conquered the desire that arose within him, probably from the next minute he is happy, because no desire, you are happy always. See, happiness is not something pretty unique, okay? Happiness is not having any worry. When you don't have any worry, you are happy. But when you will have worry in your life, you will have worry in your life when you have a desire. So the doubt that you can conquer the desire or not will be a point of worry. And if you achieve it, that's good. If you are not achieving it, the pain that you experience because of not achieving it is another point of worry. I hope you are understanding. And once you achieve a desire, okay, after some time again you will be in the same situation wherein your mind will be seeking for more. And again you have to run the race. So it's like once you climb a mountain, thinking that once I climb this mountain, I'm on the top of the globe. I've got everything. My life is going to be fantastic. And once you climb the mountain, you realize that, okay, that is the first step for the next mountain. And again, you go with the dreaming factor that if I climb this, everything is going to be great. And again, after climbing that mountain, discover that that is the first step for the next mountain. And this goes on throughout our life. See, when we are not able to celebrate our living, when we are not able to balance our life in happiness and peace, then we feel very bad at the later age of our life that we have wasted all our life, we have wasted much of our time. So don't compare with others. Don't worry about what others have. Spend your time on realizing what life is. Discover the happiness that is there within you. Make your life more and more happy. Make your life more and more celebrating. So bring joy into your life. So how can you bring joy into your life? Take off the inferior thinking that you have within you. See, no one is liked by everyone on this earth. There will be someone who really likes us. We have to discover them and we have to give our time with them. Then we are going to celebrate. So we have to search for people. With inferiority complexion within us, when we move towards building relations, we can't build true relations. Everyone is really looking forward for a wonderful relation. Of course, there will be people with some constraints that they must be rich, smart, great and all. They're all immature people. Their relationships won't last long. A person who is matured enough will not look into any constraints. For a matured person, only one thing is available on this earth. That is God in every form. So he sees God in every organism, every creature, every human being, every tree, every stone. So there's nothing else other than the representation of God in anything. A matured person can see the God within us and relate with the God within us and can make a wonderful experience of living. And that is what we need to understand in life. Hope you got it right, okay? Don't feel lonely. Just relate with people, share your ideas, express your feelings, communicate with them, spend time with them, give quality time for them. First, start with your family, relate with your family. So don't have benchmarks within your mind thinking that I'm not earning more, I'm not smart, I'm not successful, I'm not great, so my family don't consider that. Parents do not have that feeling. See, frankly saying, if a father has two children, one of the son is a collector and the other one is just a servant in some house, the father will have more love towards the servant than the collector. Because he knows that the collector will be blessed with everything he wants, but the one who is working as a servant may not be in a position to attain everything he wants. So he needs a lot of support. He needs a lot of encouragement. So he will be in favor of that. So always don't compare yourself with others. Don't look into the things what you have. Just you go forward building relations. Relation building is not about the other person relating with us. It's about we building relation with others. We doing service to others. We developing attachment with others. See, my students may not do any kind of service for me, but I keep doing service for them and I develop a lot of attachment with students. So I'm related with every student in my mind. So I feel all my students are my friends, are like my children. So I have plenty of people around me to hang on. But on the opposite direction, children may not love me so much. They may not be doing a lot of service to me. They may not be getting much attached to me. But me thinking that every student is my relation right now, it makes me feel good. And I go with that intention. So I always feel that everyone whom I know is going to be in relation with me. I keep talking to them, I keep cheering them up, I keep relating, I keep doing service, if at all if I can, and move forward in life. And that's what you need to understand. Keep going. Don't feel inferior. There's nothing to feel inferior about in life, because different people take different positions and from there they try to climb the ladder. See, I hope you remember the statement told by Dhirubhai Ambani. Being born in a poor family is not a problem, but dying as a poor person is a problem. Because poor doesn't mean that, okay, money, but poor means values, habits, qualities, greatness, everything in and around. We need to think about this, okay? Take it forward, right? Open up, express your ideas, express your feelings, share your ideas, relate with people, communicate with everyone, mingle with everyone, open up. Slowly they too will start doing it. You serve, you develop attachment, and slowly things will go great in life. Okay? Thank you so much for your question, Raidu. Good evening, Pallavi. It's been a long time since I've got a question from you, I suppose. Being sensitive is strength or weakness? If it is weakness, how to overcome that? Pallavi, I don't know your intention exactly about what is being sensitive. See, probably your intention must be something like this, if I expect. As we are sensitive, the other person may take advantage of us. As we are sensitive, we will be worrying more about things. As we are sensitive, we will be considered by most of the people and we will be neglected. As we are sensitive, someone will overlook us. Someone will shout at us. Someone will consider us to be weak and command us. Something like this, I suppose. See, try to understand sensitivity or being strong is all in your thinking. How the other person behaves totally depends on how we express ourselves to that person. Other person always behaves according to our choices. See, for example, you know me that I don't take coffee or tea. So when I come to your house, you will never think about serving me with coffee or tea. Because I already told to the world that I'm not interested in taking coffee or tea. So you don't try to give it to me. In every situation, the same thing prevails, the same thing continues. We have to express the world what we want. We have to tell to the world, even if it is to your mother or father, okay? People don't have an opportunity wherein they'll discover exactly what we want. So you have to talk to people saying that you have to be gentle to me in my communication. You have to tell people this is what I'm interested in to communicate. See, nobody dares to come to me and speak something negative about others, because I'm not open for listening to the negative things of others. I never take an opportunity to listen to the negative things of others. So when I communicate this clearly to the world, other people will not be ready to take a chance to come and speak to me something negative. But if I'm curious about looking into the negative qualities of others, listening to the negative things of others, if there are some incidents which will bring down their image and value, if I'm more curious about it, automatically many people will be coming to me and talk about all the negative incidences that have conspired in the lives of people around me, especially my enemies, the people whom I hate. But when I don't have that attitude, people don't come to me and tell me about it. People don't interfere into my decisions. So they will come to a stage wherein that if he decides, he goes with it. Let us not, guide him with any kind of decisions. So you need to understand this, Pallavi, okay? World reflects in a manner you are. Life is a mirror. The external world is a reflection of what you exactly are. So if you start thinking within yourself that you are sensitive, you are giving an opportunity for others to take command over you. Don't do that. Learn to express, learn to demand respect. Learn to communicate what exactly you want to the world. Tell to the world that this is what I want. See, I want everyone who is looking forward for a good career to speak good English. I want everyone to think positively. I want them to develop a positive mental attitude. I want everyone to realize that they are responsible for everything that is happening in their life, and for that reason they have to bring the change whatever they want to see in this world. So when I'm communicating about this always to the world, as I'm communicating about this to the world understood. Venu wants everyone to speak in English. Venu wants everyone to think positively. Venu wants everyone to have a positive mental attitude. Venu wants everyone to be respected, everyone to develop their self-love, self-belief and self-belief, self-love and self-respect. So what I communicate to the world, that is what the world is going to reflect to me. So don't have an attitude that you are sensitive in your mind. Your communication creates your life. When you say you are sensitive, your mind automatically shows everything in a manner, you reflect it as a sensitive case. But if you start telling to your mind that I'm strong enough, I handle things in a wonderful manner, So nothing is going to overlook me, nothing is going to overcome me. So then automatically you keep step by step working on it. But you make things done comfortably. So it's all how you educate to your mind. Okay, let me give you a simple clarity about this. You have a conscious mind which is logical, which can think. And you have a subconscious mind which executes what the conscious mind thinks. So if you are not able to think properly with your conscious mind, then automatically whatever you are thinking, that is being done by the subconscious mind. If you start thinking that in your mind, people will not respect me, people will not value me, people will not, take what I can say, people will not give the real respect what I deserve in my life, automatically that is what the subconscious mind executes. Let me put it in a simpler manner you can understand. So if you start thinking in your life that, okay, this is going to happen, automatically your mind works in making it happen. But if you start thinking in your life that this is not going to happen, your mind works to make it not to happen. See, this is what Confucius said almost 3,000 years back. If you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. If you think you can, you're right. Because if your conscious mind, a logical mind which thinks I can, then automatically subconscious mind works to make it. And if you think I can't, your subconscious mind works not to make it. So all you have to learn in life is, you have to learn how to think. That is the reason why Harvard University on research declared to the world that success of a person depends 88% on his thinking. Only 12% on the entire education what he has inculcated from LKG to PG. So a man must learn how to think with his conscious mind. When he knows how to think with his conscious mind, and if his thinking is not having any kind of doubt, any kind of suspicion, then automatically subconscious mind cannot execute it. The real challenge for all of us is, we don't know how to think with the conscious mind. We think negative with the conscious mind. We develop thoughts of fear. We develop thoughts of doubt. We develop thoughts of disappointment. We develop thoughts of discouragement. We develop thoughts of poverty. We develop thoughts of selfishness, greed. All these negative thoughts will execute in the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind's work is only one thing. It just works to make the conscious beliefs come true. That's it. So all you have to develop in your life is, you have to work hard in order to make your conscious mind think properly. So understand this. There's nothing like being sensitive or being strong. So if you think you're sensitive, your subconscious mind shows you the world in a manner it is sensitive. So if I think the world is perfect, my mind, subconscious mind will show me all the perfect situations that are happening in this world. So when I go to a park, I'll think about seeing beautiful trees. I'll think about seeing play area. I'll think about seeing fresh flowers. I'll think about seeing shade of trees. And that's what I see. But in the same park, there will be a lot of worms, flies, waste, litter, a lot of things hanging on around there. But my mind does not show all that. So when you get into a theater, you're fixed in your conscious mind to look at the screen that is being projected in front of you. And that is what your subconscious mind looks at. It doesn't look about anything around you, because that is what you're thinking out with your conscious mind. I hope you're understanding. So you need to focus on making your thinking right. So bring every change in your thinking, then you can experience everything what you want to experience in your life wonderfully. But if you're not able to bring that change in your thinking, if you're not able to bring your thinking to courage, confidence, belief, positive mental attitude, greatness, happiness, peace, prosperity and celebration, you cannot make your subconscious mind to execute all that. Start telling to your mind that you're going to be a wonderful employee. You're going to create greatness in your life. You're going to really serve the company greatly. All the superiors in your organization are going to communicate with you wonderfully. They are going to respect you. They are going to add dignity for you. They are going to support you, and they are going to give pride for you for everything you're doing. When you start thinking in this manner with your conscious mind, subconscious mind automatically executes the same. I used to think initially that students will not listen to my words. Students will not follow what I say. Students will not implement the ideas what I'm saying. And that used to happen automatically because my subconscious mind used to work in the same manner as I thought. Then I started thinking that students will listen to me. Students will follow my words. Students will understand the concepts what I'm explaining very clearly. And that's how my subconscious did. So learn to think greatly with your conscious mind. Your subconscious mind executes the same. You're thinking negatively with your conscious mind, and your subconscious mind is executing the same negativity in your life, and you are thinking that, okay, my life is a troubling thing. No, it's not like that. Change your thinking. See how your subconscious mind works. Then things will go greatly in your life. Thank you, Pallavi, for that. Ganesh, what is attitude? How many types of attitude is there? Okay. The attitude is the way you think, man. See, everything you do, everything you communicate depends on the way your mind thinks. Probably you wrote this question and you have posted it to us. You wrote this question because your mind said that you ask it. If you ask it, it will be good. So you wrote this question. Probably you might have been thinking of asking a question from a pretty long time. You must have thought about posting a question from a pretty long time, but at that time your mind must have been thinking in a manner that, no, even if I ask, that may not be a wonderful question. Sir may not answer it. It may not be considered. So there your mind is thinking in a negative manner. As your mind started thinking in a negative manner, you did not do that work. Now carefully observe. The time you get up from your bed, you get up because of your thinking. If your thinking says that it's still okay, early in the morning, you sleep, you sleep. If your thinking says that you have a lot of work to do, get up and push yourself into work, you get up. So since the time you get up in the morning and again you go to bed, okay, everything that is being executed in your life, every action, every word you speak out of your mouth executes based on your thinking. You have a thinking pattern. By thinking consistently like that, you developed a thinking pattern which reflects in your life always. See, for example, certain people like cry for certain things, worry for certain things, celebrate for certain things, because they have developed some kind of thinking pattern. Certain people will be making fun of others. Certain people will be cracking jokes. Certain people will be looking at people, overlooking people and make fun with them. So these are all the thinking habits what people have developed by consistently doing it. See, probably I can tell you a simple example. Today morning, I came to know from my brother that there is a biryani center in a place near Wiley Street. So there he gets wonderful biryani and it will be sold from 6 o'clock in the morning. So I said, okay, I'll take you there. So I actually had recording work in the morning, so it took me up to 7 o'clock in order to go there. By the time I went there at 7 o'clock, there are a lot of people around there buying biryani. Probably they sell it only up to 10 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock in the morning. But I think in that time, there will be a collection of nearly 400 to 500 people coming up and collecting the biryani and going. So early in the morning at 6 o'clock, a person is coming and trying to eat biryani in that hotel. So why? This action is a reflection of their thinking. They continuously do this and develop a thinking pattern wherein once Sunday comes, automatically his mind, once he gets up, says that, okay, go to the hotel and have biryani. And they are going to have it. So we have seen people eating biryani in the afternoons and night. Okay, probably we must not have experienced people eating it at 6 o'clock in the morning. But why these people are eating is, they are thinking. So when you understand one simple logic, all the words what I am speaking now, all the answer sounds what I am expressing now, are also the reflection of my thinking. Even the example what I have quoted right now is an outcome of my thinking. So every action that is happening in your life, every move that is happening in your life is an outcome of your thinking. This you need to understand first. So once you understand that everything that is happening in your life is an outcome of your thinking, and that thinking you call it as attitude, you start taking care of that thinking. And that is the reason we say that we need to be conscious. Being conscious is like observing how our mind is thinking. So if our mind is thinking in a manner it has to think, and if you are doing the right activities and if you are doing the right things, okay, if you are communicating the right thing, it's fantastic. But if your mind is not thinking in a manner it has to think, and it is making you to do the wrong things, and it is making you to communicate the wrong thing, that is going to reflect your future in a negative manner. See, most of the people know that there is no use of watching TV, playing games on mobile, watching unnecessary videos, spending time on Twitter, Facebook, okay, Instagram, all these things. If they enhance their knowledge, if they build a skill, that is going to build their career. But why people are hanging on with all this? Because their mind is thinking in a manner wherein they'll get into it. So his mind is motivating him to do a wrong thing, which is not going to be useful for him at all for his future. But still, he's doing it. See, everyone knows that the food that is available outside in the evenings is junk, and that's not to be eaten. But still, their mind thinks in a manner wherein they get attracted and move towards it. So if you are not conscious, if you are not understanding that as your mind is thinking, you are doing it, you're eating just because your mind is thinking, you're following a girl because your mind is thinking, you're reading something because your mind is thinking, you're watching a movie because your mind is thinking, you're playing a game on a mobile because your mind is thinking. But who will check whether the mind is thinking in a manner it has to think or not? Because what your mind thinks, that is what your subconscious mind executes. If your mind is thinking in a manner that is not going to create a greater future for you, your life is going to be a mess in future, right? So what you are going to become in future is an outcome of what your mind is thinking today. Your futures are constructed today in your thinking. And that's what attitude is. So you have to be conscious about your attitude. You have to observe how your mind is thinking in different situations. When you observe how your mind is thinking in different situations, and if you notice that your mind is not thinking in a manner it has to think, and if you change that perspective, it's wonderful. If you're not changing that perspective, then it's difficult. See, most of the times when I'm taking classes, I keep on telling to students, check if your mind is working for you or working against you. So working for you is thinking in a manner it has to think. So you have to get up early in the morning. Okay, if your mind is thinking in a manner when you'll get up early in the morning, it's wonderful. But if your mind is asking you to sleep for a long time, then where is the scope of you building a skill? So we know that intellect has taught us very clearly that we need to do exercise every day in the morning. But is your mind motivating you to do that exercise? If it is, that is wonderful. If not, then. So like this, keep thinking, keep observing your thinking. if it is thinking in a right manner or not. If it is not thinking in a right manner, immediately make the correction. If you are not immediately making the correction, then that is going to put you in a situation wherein you cannot celebrate your life. You will be in a lot of mess and you cannot handle it comfortably in your life. I hope you are understanding. Temperature. So I hope you got this, Ganesh. And your next question, how many types of attitudes are there? Okay, there are not many types of attitudes. If your mind is thinking in a manner it has to think, then we call it as a positive mental attitude. And if it is thinking in a manner it does not have to think, then we call it as a negative mental attitude. That's it. So if it is a negative mental attitude, avoid it, change it. So when you learn to think with your conscious mind wisely, then your subconscious work is going to be wise. So your life is going to be wise. So before 7-8 years, I could not discover that it is my thinking that is going to create everything in my life. It is my thinking that is going to give the experience of life for me. So my life was a mess. But once I realized that, I started developing consciousness. I started focusing on how my mind is thinking. I started rectifying in every situation if my mind is not thinking properly, and slowly I started getting my life into my control and truly celebrating it greatly. Okay, hope you too can, Ganesh. Thank you so much for your question. Thank you, Tulasi, for your question. Some of our students ask me these questions, okay. We want to follow very strongly to do the positive qualities like being serious in our studies, not doing nonsense in sessions, but our friends are beside us, we immediately do the works, not able to control by that situations. See, we need to understand that our future is going to be led by us. Some of my friend, my father or my mother, my sisters are not going to lead my futures, but I am going to lead my future. So I need to take care of that. Everyone has their own strategy of designing their future. Probably a fellow who really wants to be a film actor may not be focused on studies. He may be focused on dancing, singing, okay, cracking jokes, watching movies, celebrating his life in a different manner. So a fellow who wants to become a cricketer may not be serious about studies. He may be looking forward for cricket, okay, and the games around him. A fellow who wants to seek a career in politics will be a different guy. A guy who is having a big dream to achieve in life will be very committed towards his studies. So people have different aspirations. As they have different aspirations, they behave in a different manner. Probably people might have turned inferior. They must have lost hope about their careers. They may not have belief within themselves. So they give up their fight right now. So whatever they do, they try to influence others. The biggest problem in this world is people do not do what they want to do, but whatever they are doing, they think that that is right and they try to influence everyone around them. If a fellow wants to smoke a cigarette, he doesn't smoke a cigarette because he loves it, but whatever he is trying to do, he tries to influence on others also. He wants everyone around him also to smoke cigarette. But why that fellow gets this thought? Because if that fellow is booked tomorrow and identified as an idiot, everyone around him are also identified as idiots. A fellow, when he wants to waste his time by watching a movie, he automatically invites all his friends, because when someone points out him that he is wasting his time, automatically he can look at all the people around him and confirm within himself that okay, he can also he has done it because all the others have done it. So people do not do what they want to do, but they want to bring everyone around them into their influence, so that if they fail, all the people will fail. If he succeeds, all the people will succeed. But you need to understand that everyone is running a different race. We are not in one single race. We are in a different race. See, if I compare myself with one of my friend who is a software engineer, and if I schedule my life according to him, I'm a fool. His life is different. My life is different. His aspirations are different. My aspirations are different. I hope you are understanding this. So I have to run my race. So you have to, see, today morning when I was doing a story series, I was talking about this. So in order to create something wonderful in your life, you need to have 3 steps. Definiteness of purpose. So most of the people do not have definiteness of purpose. If you are crystal clear about what you want, see, for example, there are thousands of people who gather in a railway station or a bus stop, but everyone is clear about their destinations. They know where they want to go and they'll board the specific trains only. No one comes to a railway station or a bus stop without a clarity in their minds for their destination. Understand this. So the definiteness of purpose, if you have in your life that this is my life and this is what I'm going to become, then automatically you will not be influenced by everyone in your life. You need to understand this. Why you are being influenced by everyone around you is you are not having definiteness of purpose. So what is that you really want to achieve in life? See, from my side, I don't want anyone to suffer in his career because of not able to communicate in English. I'm very clear about my definiteness of purpose. The second thing is, I want to take off the worry in people so that they can work more and build more skills and become more useful for this world and make this world a beautiful place to live in. In order to take off that worry, I organize this question answer sessions, awareness sessions, story series, all these things, okay, just to bring some awareness into their lives and take off their worry and make them think better and create something wonderful with their lives, becoming more skillful. I'm clear, I'm having a definiteness of purpose in me. When you're very clear with your purpose, automatically you never get influenced by anyone on this earth. See, at one particular time, my friend and me started a company called Kanakavarsha. So a time came wherein he was not in a position, we had to take care of that company. Someone, either he or me, had to take care of it. But he was very clear he did not want to leave his software job because it was lucrative and it was fetching him some good income. Even I was very clear within myself that, okay, my career is not real estate business, but I have to move my path in an area wherein I have to serve people. I have to serve millions of people tomorrow in order to develop their communication skills. I have to make them communicate in a manner wherein their words will never hurt others. I never want to see a worry on the face of anyone on this earth. I want to take it off and make everyone celebrate their living every second. So I have a purpose. So I too said that I can't go with it. So in the process, we left over that project and we started working with our things. But if we did not have definiteness of purpose within our lives, okay, then I must have got influenced by his words or he must have got influenced by my words. We must have swapped roles. I hope you are understanding. So be clear about what you want. So once you have a definiteness of purpose, then always keep focusing on one particular thing. Everything you are doing must match to your goal. So whatever I am doing must match my goal. See, if I am not working on strategies which are going to elevate me in my goal, then it is a senseless job. Hope you are understanding. So decide, develop a definiteness of purpose, create a purpose. If you don't have a purpose, in the sense from your version, I can say that if you are not having a definite goal, then automatically you are there open for everyone to be influenced. You're standing before people and saying that influence me. You show me how to smoke, I'll smoke. You show me how to booze, I'll booze. You show me how to come for a movie, I'll come for a movie. You show me how to watch nonsense, I'll watch nonsense. You show me how to talk inferior of people, I'll start talking inferior of people. Why you are following the crowd? Because you're not having definiteness of purpose. But if you have definiteness of purpose within you, you know that that is not relevant to him, relevant to you. So probably if someone asks me to come and play cricket, I say that I have a class to take care of, so I need to go for the class. Probably if it is a holiday, then it is a different question. If not, I have to focus on what I have to do. So people without goals or people without definiteness of a purpose just gets influenced by others. You need to be very clear about it. One side of the coin. And the other side of the coin, at this age, you always think about having everyone around you. Understand that it's not the number of friends you have in life that designs your greatness, but it is the number of quality friends you have. Probably I have one or two quality friends in my life, and they take care of things really. I'm not in the influence of thousands of friends. Probably if I hang around, okay, if I communicate and start sharing my ideas, I may get hundreds of friends. If I just go outside and start relating with people, in 6 months or 1 year, I can have more than 1,000 friends in Kadapa. But all of them cannot give a quality relationship to me. If I have one or two, that's wonderful. See, if tomorrow I'm going to leave this institute and go, there must be a thought process in a few students at least thinking that if Venu was there, he could have done better justice to us. And if you can't create that thinking, then it makes no sense, right? So don't try to have everyone around you. It's of no use. I too had hundreds of friends in my childhood, but it all makes no sense. Today I don't have any of them. So don't think about the number, but think about quality relations. You don't need to impress everyone around you. And there is no question of impressing anyone. Let someone love you, let someone like you for what you are, and let them relate with you. And that's what life is. So don't think about number, don't think about impressing everyone. And you'll be more worried about people talking negative about you. Let them speak. Let them speak. Because the world is not so free today that, okay, if a fellow who's not having any work, he'll be thinking about gathering a lot of information from this society. But if he's having work, he's occupied with that work. You need to understand this. Hope you got it. So, understand this. You cannot label your friends. You cannot label your friends to influence you. You are being influenced because you're not having a goal. You're not having a definiteness of purpose. See, if you have a marriage at your home, no friend influences you because you're totally occupied with your marriage. If you have fever, when you are laying on bed, okay, no friend influences you because you have a definite job, that is to take care of your health. So set your goals, create a definiteness of purpose, and then develop a burning desire to achieve it. You must have a burning desire. Burning desire is you have to focus in such a manner that you don't think about anything else other than that. I hope you're clear about this. And then make decisions. Take bold decisions. If you don't decide, you don't start your work. So decide. Decide to create your purpose. Decide to develop a definiteness of a strong burning desire. Then automatically you will start running in your life, okay? So tomorrow when you just move out, when you are disappointed, not much successful in your life, didn't develop your skills. If you tell to the world that it is because of my friend's influence, I did not develop a wonderful skill, please kindly consider me. Who is going to consider? The person who marries you or the children who are born to you also will not consider. Even your parents who gave birth for you also will not consider. You need to realize this. You're not supposed to get into the influence of people. You have to get into the influence of people for good things. So, the society taught you to take role models, inspirations, not influences. And negative things are easily imposed and influenced on us. Glass can be easily broken, but iron cannot be easily broken. It can be forged, but it cannot be broken. So realize that you are not a glass, where anyone's influence can break you. Realize that you are iron. Someone's influence can forge a mark on you, but you can bring that shape back with your effort. Understand this. Just think with this question seriously in your mind. Can I tell this reason to the world tomorrow? And will the world accept this reason? If you can show me one person saying that, yes, I'll accept, even your friends, will they accept? It's because of your influence. I did not study, I did not build a skill, I did not become something worthy in your life. So you have to help me, okay? Will you think your friends are going to look forward for it? The fellow who has influenced you, if he comes to a position wherein he is better than you, that fellow will not care you. That fellow will not even listen to you. This you need to understand, I suppose. Then we follow Sir words, the truths up to a week, but we are unable to continue after a week. You have a lifetime to do this. See, it's very simple. Understand this. You can do this in a lifetime, or you can do this in a short while. When you do it quickly, you have a better experience of life. When you don't do it, you will not. So it's a feeling within you that you're not following all that. But it is not like that. Let me tell you. It's not about implementing everything immediately. Because the habits what you have inculcated, the nature what you have developed from a very long time in the past, it is not so easy to change all of a sudden. It will take time. But you're trying to know the truth. Your mind is accepting the truth. At least you are realizing that if you are doing this, your life is going to be better. If you are not doing this, your life is not going to be better. So someday you will come to a stage wherein until and unless you do something in your life, okay, your life does not go forward. At that particular point of time, this knowledge is going to help you. We all pray for that day to come soon. That's it. So probably when, we don't know. If it is right now, it's wonderful. So if it is the sooner, it's better. But don't be worried, because the negative attitude that you have developed in your past will have its influence on you. So in order to create an entirely changed attitude, it's not so easy. It will take time. Don't worry about it. But slowly do what you can. See, I always keep telling you in the class this. First, do what you can. Then try what is possible for you. Suddenly you will be doing the impossible. So there is no worry if you are not able to do something and you are not doing it. If you can't do something, don't do it. It's okay. But if you are not doing something what you can, then all the problem prevails in your life. Do the things what you can. Keep going. Don't worry, I too can understand. Even I did not implement many things in my life instantly. Even I'm today fighting to change some of my habits. Still I'm under the influence of one or two situations wherein I'm not able to control myself in that. So it will take time, no problem. But keep fighting, keep growing, keep making your living experience better. Because if you're not working, if you're not growing, if you're not moving towards positivity, you miss the hope that your life is going to get better. When you miss the hope, it's almost like being in a dark world. without sunlight. So in darkness, you don't see possibilities. You don't see any better things. You can't purview any greatness happening there. So life needs hope. So in order to build that hope, you have to keep moving. You have to keep doing what you can. You have to keep trying the new. You have to keep learning. You have to keep updating yourself. You have to keep trying what you have learned. Keep going, things will change. At least I believe this is the biggest change if you have really got this question in your mind. These two questions. That's the biggest change. You did not have this before, but you have this. There is some kind of realization within you. Your mind is seeking for reasons why you are not being the right one. And that's a good thing. That's going to bring some transformation within you in near future. And you're going to be great. Don't worry about it. See, this generation especially is a generation which is technically used. They're pretty strong technically. They can handle technical gadgets wonderfully. Probably this world is not able to fit into a strategy wherein everything is being taught technically. Things will change. Nothing to worry about. So keep going and you can make a difference in your life wonderfully. Never worry for what is not happening in your life. Go with the hope that things will change. Go with the hope that activities are going to change. You are going to change. You are going to become a wonderful person in future. You are going to transform your life greatly. You are going to become successful. Never, see, I'll tell you, whatever may be the situation that's happening in your life, think with your conscious mind that you are going to become wonderfully successful. You are going to create sensations in your life. What's the problem in thinking like that? Absolutely there is no problem, right? Think, because your conscious mind thinks. It needs logics. But your subconscious mind executes what your conscious mind thinks. It doesn't need any logic. It only picks up the ideas what your conscious mind thinks. So learn to just think something wonderful with your conscious mind. Let your conscious mind fly with wonderful thoughts always. There ends the matter. I hope you are understanding. So keep going, keep celebrating, keep improving, keep doing what you can. Don't worry for what is not happening. Just think about what you can and keep moving. How to control ourselves? So first define where you want to control yourself. Okay. And controlling is all about controlling your thoughts. So let's say one thing. Understand the nature of your mind. If someone says, don't do this, your mind forces you to do that. So the same principle you need to understand. Suppose someone says, don't take coffee. It's not good for health. Don't smoke. Then automatically your mind reminds you to take coffee so many times in life. And it forces you, it drives a desire within you wherein until and unless you take coffee, you cannot be peaceful. If someone says don't smoke, automatically your mind will start forcing you to smoke. If someone says don't do this, your mind always reminds you of doing that. Your mind's nature is that. Okay? So what you understood the nature of your mind. So whatever someone says, don't do it, your mind automatically drives you to do it. It forces you, compels you in order to do it. I hope you understood this point, okay? Now, pick up the area that you want to control. Okay? So don't tell that you're not supposed to do this. So let's say one thing, don't tell lies. Don't tell this to the mind. Don't think negatively. Don't tell this to the mind. Okay, don't watch unnecessary stuff. Don't spend time on Facebook. Don't spend time on Twitter. Don't play games on mobile. Don't watch TV. Don't tell this to your mind. When you tell this to your mind, okay, as you are opposing it, your mind takes more focus on that. and keeps driving you to do it again and again. Until you do it, your mind will not put you in peace. So don't do that. Change your version. Okay, try to say something else to your mind. So probably read books, update your knowledge. So when I say read book, so don't watch TV, you're forced to watch TV. But when I say read book, at least you'll open a book and sit with it. So give positive instructions to your mind about it. So about what you really want to improve. See, I wanted to improve my communication skill. I started telling my mind that, okay, I'm a good speaker. I'm going to become a good speaker. I'm going to speak wonderfully. I'm going to influence people through my words. I'm going to influence people through my ideas. So automatically, I started developing it. I never told to my mind that you should not speak this, you should not do this, you should not express like this, you should not go like this. If I tell to my mind something not to do, my mind focuses on doing it so much. So don't tell to your mind what you're not supposed to do, but tell to your mind what you want to really go for. That is, in other form, if I have to tell you, it's all about this. Put your focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Now check. Most of the times you will be giving priority for what you don't want. When you are giving priority for what you don't want, automatically your conscious mind thinks about what you don't want and your subconscious mind executes that. So don't think or don't worry about what you don't want, focus on what you want. You just think about what you want. When you think about what you want in life, then everything follows greatly in your life. And that's what you need to understand. So think, concentrate on what you want. Keep feeding your mind where you want to grow. If you want to grow in communication skills, keep telling to your mind that I must grow in communication skills. I must grow in communication skills. I must speak nicely. I must work on writing this. I must listen to classes. I must update my knowledge. I must change my attitude positively. That's it. And keep working. So automatically, the problematic area, when it is neglected, that loses importance in your mind. Once it loses importance in your mind, it has no value. Because there may be some friends, okay, whom you are very much attached to in life, but you don't think about them now, as you are not in touch with them. As you have gained sight, as you are not thinking about them in your mind, they are out of sight. As they are out of sight, they are automatically out of mind. I hope you remember this statement. Out of sight is out of mind. So when you're not in touch with them, you're not thinking about them. When you're not thinking about them, you slowly forget about them. So there are many friends with whom you have spent years together, but they never come into your mind even today. It's just because out of sight is out of mind. So when your mind is not thinking about them, automatically you gain control over that. That is, they lose that importance. They'll not be there. So there are a lot of things what I was thinking about in my earlier days. But today I don't think about all that because they're out of my sight and they're out of my mind. So I'm thinking about hope, courage, confidence, positive mental attitude, happiness, peace, prosperity, growth, compassion, kindness, generosity, something positive always. So when you keep thinking about something positive always, that is what keeps growing in your life. So tell to your mind what you want exactly. When you focus on telling to your mind what you want exactly and concentrate on growing it step by step, then things will go wonderful. You need to understand one particular point very carefully, man. That is, you need to follow the truth in this particular situation. The truth is that, okay, nothing comes instantly in life. Everything comes step by step, bit by bit. We can only gain things step by step, bit by bit. So keep telling to your mind what you want. Keep telling to your mind where you want to grow. Keep putting your focus on the area where you really want to grow. When your total focus is on what you want and you're thinking about what you want exactly, then automatically you'll improve. Don't worry. Okay? So don't focus on what you really want to control. Focus on what you want to develop on the other side. See, for example, you want to control playing games on mobile. So instead of thinking about that, okay, develop a good habit. You want to read storybooks? Okay, so develop this. I want to read storybooks. So start this habit. So focus on reading storybooks. So slowly, this is out of sight, right? So out of mind. This comes into sight. This is in your mind. Your mind starts thinking about stories and storybooks in future. So inculcating a good habit designs your life to greatness, and that's where you have to focus. You don't need to attract someone, and that makes no sense in attracting anyone in life. Never think about attracting others. See, you can attract people by doing something what they like, but doing something what they like, you are becoming a slave to them, because they want you to do it again and again. But if it is a natural habit of you, then it's wonderful. Let's say one thing. Suppose a girl loves a guy who sings beautifully. So you started singing for her. Basically, you don't like singing. You want to be a sports person, and you're passionate about playing some game. But just because she likes it, you started singing. So the girl gets impressed. So she gets impressed because you have done something what she likes. Automatically her heart will be seeking you to sing again and again. But that's not your choice. You may do it in the initial days because you really want to build a relation. But once you build a relation, then, see, I'll tell you, there may be some people who are spendthrifts. They spend a lot of money on others. Let's say a boy got introduced to a girl, and as he is in the habit of spending money, he keeps spending money for her, and she loves, okay, money being spent by someone, and their relation grows because it is his nature. But let us say that a fellow is very conjuice, but just because the other girl likes him spending, this fellow starts spending. He's not happy internally, but he spends because he wants to impress or attract that girl. So every time he spends, okay, there is a lot of pain within him. So he keeps going, he keeps spending. But it is not his nature. He's just doing it to attract the other girl. So at some point of time, he gets so vexed or disappointed, because when he's doing something what he doesn't like, automatically he'll be having a kind of expectation from the other person. So if that expectation is not meant, okay, he feels that, okay, he has done all this nonsense for a waste of time. Most of the relations today suffer just because they try to attract others by doing what the other person loves. When you're doing what the other person loves, if it is not your nature, then you're forcefully doing it in order to just attract them, means you are having an internal suffering within you, and definitely you have some expectation. And if that expectation is not fulfilled, you get into rage, you become angry, you get disappointed, you get frustrated. In the process of frustration, disappointment and irritation, you turn yourself into a negative side and create a lot of problems in your life. So never think about attracting people. You be what you are. You improve yourself greatly in every area. You improve your communication. You improve your thinking. You change your behavior. Develop good habits. So convert yourself into a positive, pleasant, peaceful, prosperous, happy, celebrating human being. Then automatically there will be someone who really likes you as you are. So when someone likes you as you are, your relations stay forever. But when you try to attract others by doing something which is impressive for them, you already become a slave for them. And they'll definitely demand you to do it again and again. And if you're doing it, you will do it because of some expectation or fear of losing a relationship. In fear, you can never build a relationship. In expectation also, you can never build a relationship, because fear damages your relationship and expectation definitely damages your relationship. But when you are yourself, then automatically the people who like you may come to you, the people who do not like you may not come to you. So you're not attracting them. It is your nature that is being expressed. So whoever have come to me in my life today have come into my life because they like my nature. I'm not trying to impress or attract or influence anyone in life. If I'm turning myself as a slave, which may not be a proper representation of myself. I don't think it's a right choice, friend. So don't ever think of attracting others, okay? In any manner. It can be through communication, it can be through behavior. Just be yourself. You do what you love. You keep doing what you love. When you keep doing what you love, automatically there will be someone who will be liking you and there will be someone who will not be liking you. It's not a problem. But let your life be flourished with people who like you. So even the greatest celebrities on this earth, let's take Virat Kohli, is not liked by everyone. Mahesh Babu may be smart, wonderfully acting, dance, everything may be great, okay? So, but still, everyone is not a fan of Mahesh Babu. So everyone will not like everyone on this earth. Certain people will like the nature of certain people. So there will be someone who will like you as you are. And with them, your friendship stays long. But if you impress, attract or influence others, I think it's not going to work greatly in your life. I hope you understood this, friend. So don't try to attract anyone, or don't try to influence anyone on this earth, because that's going to bring problems into your life. That's going to bring disappointment at some point or the other in life. Instead of getting a breakup after some time, if it is not happening, it's wonderful, right? I hope you're understanding all. So let's give life a way wherein we go with it without any challenges in future. And that is what intelligence is. And if you can express that intelligence, that's wonderful. And if you're not able to express that intelligence and you seek problems in your future, you make problems happen in your future again and again, I think that is foolishness. Okay? So don't try to attract anyone. That's definitely not a right choice. Be yourself, do what you love, and in the process, if someone likes it, if someone loves it, they'll be in your path, or else forget about it. So I'll take one last question. Good evening, Pradeep. Hope you're doing great. What is the main reason to make personality development of all people in any issue you faced in your personal life, sir? Yeah, it's like simple, Pradeep. Try to understand this. When we suffer, we know the pain of suffering. When we are happy, we know the celebration in happiness. So when we don't know the reason why we are suffering, then we are like everyone on this earth. But when we know the reason why we are suffering, and when we discover that there is no need of suffering there at all, now we are a realized human being. Now when we knew that if we are like this, the suffering will not be there in life, we have to tell it to others, right? I hope you are understanding. I'll let you know through a small example. Let's take previously most of the people were suffering from corona, and most of the people were facing deaths because of it. So I had some of my close relatives, okay, who also had suffered from corona, and when they were in a very critical phase, okay, we took some medicine from some ex-person, and that medicine worked wonderfully, and they recovered from the final stage wherein doctor said that we are helpless, they are not going to be recovered, we can't do anything for them. In that particular situation also, that medicine worked, and that fellow that people became healthier. Now, once I knew that someone can really make a person live who is going to die, who is being rejected by all the doctors, saying that we can't help him. When I discovered that some doctor is going to give that treatment, should I pass it to everyone or not? I must, because I have to save the lives of everyone. So worry attracts more worry into life. So we have to kill worry immediately, because it's like this. When a person dies, we burn his body, we organize a funeral, the fire burns him. But a person who is alive is being burnt slowly through worry. So worry organizes funeral for a living person. So worry must be destroyed. Initially, even I don't know why worry was coming into my life. I never knew how to conquer it. But once I conquered it, I'm helping many people to conquer their worry, that's it. I'm helping many people to become better human beings through my ideas, through my circumstances. Nothing else than this. And this is what I'm fighting for, and this is what I'm looking forward for. So anyone is like that. If someone develops a strong skill to cure a disease, he wants to help maximum people to recover from that disease. If someone develops a strong ability in a particular thing, he wants to help everyone who wants to develop that ability in their life. Okay, because he has developed it. He knows how to develop it very easily. So he can help others to develop it too. And that's where all the life is. So incidents, probably I too suffered a lot of incidents wherein I experienced the toughest times in life. And I had to overcome that tough times. If I did not overcome that tough times, I knew my life was not going to be easy to lead. So knowledge helped me in overcoming that. So once I overcame that, I just wanted to help as many people as I can in order to overcome their challenges also. So I take the pride of dealing with personality. That's it. Should I take this? Close it. Good evening, Gokul. Hope you are doing great. So you have to give your mind freedom to think. So then automatically it gets creation into picture. So you have to think about different things, put different questions and make your mind to think freely. See, creative minds are created by giving freedom to the mind to think. When you give freedom to your mind to think, automatically you express creative ideas, that's it. So you have to be clear about in what area you want to come up with creative ideas, then gain more knowledge about it first. When you master a certain subject, when you have a lot of information about that particular subject, automatically you start getting ideas. That is the first step of it. In the due process, as you build your courage and confidence greatly, you start getting creative ideas. First, identify the area, update your knowledge greatly in that, let your mind become free to think in that particular area. It starts coming up with good ideas, then slowly someday your mind comes to a stage wherein it thinks about creative things. Thank you, Gokul, for your question. Thanks one and all, okay, for your wonderful questions. As I told in the beginning, I really had a wonderful experience answering your questions. It made me even learn a lot of things, build more hope into my life. Thank you so much, guys. Keep supporting us and we will keep guiding you to lead better lives. Let's all together make this world a beautiful place to live in. Thank you.